Yay. Okay, can everybody see the screen all right? What I'm probably going to do here in a minute is that if I press play slide, I'm not going to be able to see you guys at all. So if you have questions, if you can just save them for the end of the call, that would be awesome. Okay?
Okay.
All right. That's if I know how to play it. That would be a good thing, right? There it goes. Yay. All right, everybody. So welcome to our team call. I named today's call Business Check, the power of consistency. Because as we go through the slides and we go through the topics, I'm actually going to touch up on several topics. I want you all to really do like a business check. So kind of look to see where you're at in terms of the business. I know that some of you here are very new. For some of you here, you've been a few months, maybe a little bit longer. So wherever you're at in the business, I want you to take the time to really kind of check to see, okay, so since I've been coaching, have I been able to meet some of my goals? I know that a lot of us here that have been doing this for the past few months, this is already the first quarter, it's already gone. We like to kind of break up the year within quarters. So, moving forward, kind of making sure that we have good goals set in place for this next quarter, or maybe even the next 2 quarters. So that's what I mean by business check, is just kind of looking to see where are you at in your business? Are you where you'd like to be? Are you looking to make some changes? Are you looking to develop and grow in certain areas? And then maybe moving forward, also just making sure that we have a good plan moving forward. Okay, so I just wanted to quickly just acknowledge my team. Congratulations, and here are Success Club earners, top producers. I always want us to keep in mind that I know that we see a lot of numbers here, and I know that the team and Beachbody itself really rewards and pushes Success Club. And Success Club really is just being able to help change a minimum of 3 lives a month. And that's kind of a benchmark. Beachbody is all about doing kind of like studies, I guess you can say. They really look to see, what are some of the behaviors and things that have led to coaches being very successful in this business. And Success Club is definitely a marker for that. So they look to see which coaches have been reaching Success Club on a consistent basis. And it's been founded that those are the coaches that have really been able to grow their business, to certain levels of income. So this is just, I wanted to acknowledge everybody, even though we have some that didn't meet Success Club, but everybody on this list here helped change lives. And always keep in mind that that is the core purpose of what we do, is to help change people's lives. And as long as we do that on a day-to-day basis and reach out to as many people as possible, our business, we will be very successful in this business. But definitely keeping in mind the marker of Success Club, which means minimum of 3 lives a month. Congratulations, team. I wanted to share here just the May Challenge Pack specials. And Max 30 in size. Max 30, that's a really good deal because that Max 30 doesn't typically go on sale like this. So this is a really good deal. The Kickstart Challenge Packs just means that those are the ones that have had the 3-day refresh added to them. So that is a really, really good deal. So the Kickstart Challenge Packs will have the regular, Max 30, Shakeology, and a 3-day refresh. So just take note. Make sure that we're promoting. It doesn't matter whether or not you've done these workouts. We should always still be promoting, and we should be knowledgeable enough on these workouts where if we come across somebody where one of these workouts would be a good suit for them, then we should definitely be able to make recommendations. So get familiar with these workouts. Us coaches should have on-demand features, so it's definitely a great way to kind of just check out the workouts, and so that you know a little bit about them. Can everybody see this full screen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, because I see the little black thing here on top. I don't know how to remove that. Okay. So I know a lot of you have seen this before, but I really want to make sure that we are getting a good understanding. And again, going back to kind of a business check, like where are you at in this business? Um, Whether you're a discount coach, a hobby coach, or a business builder, or you fall somewhere in between, really try and get a good understanding of where you're at, where you're heading, and make sure that you're communicating this with your team, with your upline. It's really important. And, there's a lot of times that we start off maybe as a discount coach and move forward once we realize, hey, there's real potential here in terms of earning with this business. And that's okay too. There are times that we have to take a step back, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that. Maybe life kind of hits and we decide that we've taken on too much. That happens as well. But I just want you to keep this in mind as we move forward on this call. Where do you feel that you stand? So I know that last night's call, I really hope that everybody was on that call, the Team Eagle call. It was great. And they really emphasized and took their time to explain what the leadership ladder was all about and why it's so important in terms of the growth of our business. So I'm not really going to go into the leadership ladder. If you guys feel like maybe on a future call, you need kind of to understand it better, or you need to connect with your upline about it, you can. It's also very easy to go into the back office and make sure that you truly understand the rungs. It's an amazing tool, and it's a great way for you to see where you at in the business and what are the specific things that you need to do in order to advance your business, which would be, ideally to strive to reach the next rung up. So these are just a few things that I'm going to touch up on. To hit any of the rungs, you must hit Success Club. So you can't qualify for any of the rungs if you don't hit Success Club. Again, that's just an indication that your business is growing. For a new coach, reaching Success Club, which is 3 lives, this is kind of where you should be focused on, and then also to help at least one of your coaches to reach Success Club and focusing on your weak leg. Again, these are things that they touched up on last night. So I know we spoke a little bit about income, right? And a lot of times, most of us, we want to come into this, of course, to help people, but we want to see an income. So this is a really good way of, pushing your business to that level to where you can start seeing some income, even if it's initially just to kind of cover your shake. So definitely as a new coach, and when I say new, is I say maybe a coach that started within the first 3 months of their business. That's kind of a fairly new coach. Your aim should be to reach Success Club, to help at least one of your coaches to reach Success Club, and to focus on that weak leg volume. And you'll very easily start moving up on the leadership ladder rungs. The secret to building a successful long time business is to find 2 to 3 people that are all in. So what that means is that finding quality people, finding people that want to work this business with you. If you can start off by telling yourself, I'm going to look for 2 to 3 people that really want this business, and make that your commitment within the first few months of your business, this will definitely help you push it along. It's also really important to be consistent, because what's going to happen is that once you start signing up coaches, they're going to be watching you at first. They're not, a lot of times, and which is totally fine. A lot of times, someone might sign up with you and they might kind of wonder, well, do I really believe in this? I'm a little bit hesitant. I'm not sure about it. It's a completely natural feeling. Brand new coaches will feel unsure. So when you start to bring people in, it is incredibly important to be consistent, because they will be watching you. And typically it really takes a year. It takes about a year for them to see, oh, okay, this is legitimate. This is a business. Because the majority of the people that you're going to be reaching out to, remember, they're not business owners. They don't know what it is to build their own business. They've been working for somebody most of their lives. That's the majority of people. So a lot of people come into this kind of hesitant, with reservations. So I just wanted to share this with you because it's completely natural. So basically, when you sign people up, it's your main job to convince them that this is the real deal. And the way that you do that is by being consistent and in the vital behaviors. typically it takes 12 to 24 months before you see real results in your business. And again, and I'm going to touch up a little bit more on that. This is all the consistency piece of it. And also to tell yourself that I'm going to give this business 12 months of my 150% effort before you get to see some real results. So you have to make that commitment that you're going to go all in for the full year. In and out doesn't count, because in and out, if you're in and then you decide to come out, you're almost like starting all over again, because you lose credibility, you lose your people's trust. So that in and out stuff, you kind of have to count that, okay, I'm starting over again. And I've actually seen this. I mean, I'm talking from experience. I've seen this happen. I have over 1,800 coaches in my organization. And I've seen this happen. So a lot of us kind of want the quick results within the first year. And I've seen a lot of people quit within the first year. But I'm here to share with you that you have to give this business a full year of some consistency, meaning the vital behaviors, hitting Success Club. There's definitely going to be some months here and there that you're not going to hit Success Club. And that's not what I mean. As long as you're very consistent, as long as you are engaging in the behaviors and you're inviting and talking to people, that's what it means to be consistent. So just make that commitment the next 12 to 24 months. And here are some reasons as to why coaches quit. They don't believe they can be successful. They don't want to annoy others. This is interesting, and I'm really glad that I came up with this particular slide. Actually, I took pieces of it from another coach, but this material completely applies to a lot of what I'm coming across just within my own team here, within you guys, is that I'm coming across people that are fearful and still hesitant to post on social media. Because for various reasons, their fear of backlash, fear of family, fear of what others are going to think. Are they annoying? Are they repetitive? Number one reason why coaches quit. One of the top reasons why coaches quit is because they feel like they're annoying others. And I can talk a little bit about that. At the first sign of adversity, they believe it's a sign, so they quit. They don't make money right away, they quit. Don't lead with challenge pack. Afraid to post on social media, don't commit to their own fitness journey, and they don't do the 3 vital behaviors. So these are the reasons. And I just want you to kind of pay close attention because I don't want this to be any one of you, because a lot of us here are still fairly new. What I say is within the first year of your business. So just understand that a lot of these feelings are normal. Like, it's okay to have these hesitations and stuff, but as long as you tell yourself that no matter what gets in your way, you're going to have lots of ups and downs in this business, you're going to stick with it because you truly believe in it, and then you know that it's going to help you achieve the goals that you want in your life. There it goes again. I don't want to annoy people. I've heard this time and time again. So I want you to think of this, and I know that I've used this terminology before, that Beachbody, your coaching business, is your storefront. And people have to see that you practice what you preach. So you're actually inspiring more than you think. And the way that I think about it is that I definitely had those fears in the very beginning of my coaching career. I worried about what my family thought. If they thought I was crazy. Maybe I was sharing too much. And I have definitely had a few people here and there, very little, that have kind of questioned what I'm posting. But my thoughts are that they're not paying my bills. And my immediate family, which is my husband and my babies, that's number one. And I'm doing this for them, and I'm doing it for us. And that reason alone makes me feel like I don't really care what others think. I'm not going to say that was an easy mindset to have. It took me some time. I will share that it was through personal development that it helped me to get to that point where I really got a good understanding of, this is a business. It's my storefront. People have to see that I'm serious, that I'm consistent. I show up regardless of what's going on in my life. I've experienced lots of challenges and lots of problems throughout my coaching career, but I show up every day no matter what. And that's because I don't want to show others that this isn't real. So practice what you preach. And I just thought this was cute because he's cute. Okay. I'm sure that some of you have heard also when someone tells you network marketing is a pyramid scam. I don't know about y'all, but I don't feel like we're involved in any kind of scams. All right. So I know that you've probably seen this before, but I just want to make sure that you have a good understanding of the importance of posting. And this is just kind of a template. If you guys want this, I can share this in the group. I have shared this before. But it's really, really important in terms of being consistent because, you know, if you think about it, I almost want to kind of compare it to if you are training a dog or if you're potty training your child or anything in life. You produce results when you're consistent with something. I mean, I think you can apply it to like any aspect of your life. So to me, I feel like it's my obligation and it's my duty to post because people are looking for me. And that's why I'm very, very consistent, even though I may seem like I'm repeating myself, or sometimes I'm like, oh, they probably saw this. Like tonight, I was like, should I put a transformation picture of myself again? I put one up last week. So instead, I chose to put one up of Tanya. And then next week, I'm going to go back to one of mine. So I'm going to post my transformation picture at least twice a month. That's what I do. And I'm sure that I've had a lot of people that have already seen it. But what I'm going to do is that I'm going to post it with different chapters of my life. So I'm going to change the wording and maybe try to use different pictures. So weekly posting is very, very important. Make sure that you have a good plan. I would include this in my calendar. If, you know, I mean, for me personally, I already know this, like it's always on my mind. But for you all that are fairly new, write it down on your calendar so that you know exactly what it is that you're posting and you can actually plan your posts. I mean, if you know that you're going to have a very busy day or a very busy evening, you can plan your post earlier in the day or the day before because you know exactly what it is that you're going to be posting on a daily basis. So in terms of social media, and the reason why I'm touching up on this is because I feel like a lot of us still struggle with the social media. It's crazy how it's like, I think it's one of the most challenging pieces of what we do is being able to share our life and be vulnerable through social media. So I want you all to write down 3 to 5 things that define who you are, whether it's that you're a mother, you know, the fitness piece of it, maybe you have a side business, maybe you're really into animals, like whatever it is, you know, you have a family, whatever it is that defines you. Make sure that you're writing those things down, that you're very connected to it. And those are the things that you're going to be putting out on social media. These are just some really cool posts that I found. People really love engaging questions. Like seriously, whenever I don't know what to post, I just find like an engaging question and I will get like 10 responses on it. And remember that the more responses that you get on a post, it starts to show up on the feed. So you want your information to be on the feed. Okay. So even if you need to ask like your fellow teammates, you know, for some help to go and comment on your pictures, it'll help increase the affinity of it. And the more comments you get, the more people will see your posts. People always love food as well. These are just some samples of you know, like fitness challenge. Did you all know that there's actually a document in the back office that gives you some sample posts for fitness posts? If you don't know, that's actually something that I just came across. I don't know if it's new, but I've not seen it. The back office seriously has so much information, like for real. Like if you don't make it a point to go and just start clicking on everything at least once or twice a week, I mean, you will be surprised as the amount of information that Beachbody's constantly putting in new content in the back office. So I came across a document that actually gives you these sample posts. So if you don't know what to post, you're not sure. I mean, it's so easy to just take a picture of yourself and come up with a cute little, you know, a little image or whatever. But if you're not sure, I mean, I know that a lot of us share, but definitely go into your back office and you can find that under challenge group guidelines. There's a lot of great information, even for your challenge groups. Okay. So a lot of you may already be in my Art of Recruiting training, which I have on our Fit page. I hope that you guys are watching the videos. They are incredibly valuable. I have learned so much already, and we're just like in the second week of this training. Um, and what I've learned personally is that my posts, although I can get really emotional, like in terms of opening up in my posts, I feel like I wasn't doing it enough. Because sometimes you just tend to forget, you get comfortable, you tend to forget, you get into kind of, the day-to-day stuff. And you tend to forget certain little things. That's why I love always plugging into trainings, to National Wake Up Call, to Team Eagle trainings, because a lot of times it may sound repetitive, but a lot of times there's so many little things that we could be doing that we just kind of tend to forget, right? So this is one of the things: getting emotional, telling your story, and sharing your story in snippets, like little snippets of your life. Also, don't go overboard. And to me personally, this is just my personal thoughts. When it's a really long post, I mean, I'm okay with posting something really long once or twice a week, but just be careful with not going way overboard, because you'll lose people. So it's really like just kind of a balance. And if you're not sure, if you have a particular post that you need help with, just bring it to the group, or post it on the team page. Like, say, hey, I need help with this particular post, I'm not sure. Or in your team chat, because we'll definitely come together and help you kind of figure it out. Tell people what you have to offer. I think that a lot of times we think that people understand what we do, and that they kind of get what we do as coaches, but a lot of times people don't. So you have to really be very specific with what it is that you're offering. I love to also do call to actions at the end of every one of my challenge group advertisements or coaching. Like, ask me how, drop your email, like this picture, comment below if you have questions, or if you want more information. Always end your post with some kind of call to action, unless you're kind of doing a jab and you just kind of want to write something just about a little piece of your life. You don't necessarily want to do that kind of call to action, but you can still do a call to action where it's not an invite. I mean, you can say, can anyone relate? Have you ever felt this way? You're not necessarily saying, hey, come join my group, but you're kind of leaving the the other person kind of open to kind of maybe thinking about their own life, or you're opening up for engagement. So I love to always have a call to action at the end of my posts. Challenge groups, try to have some kind of start date. I like to say, starts next week, first group in May. Some coaches do put specific dates. I mean, I do on and off, but I haven't been so much lately. But you could definitely do that. You can say starts May 5th. I tend to do that more at the end of the month if I need to hustle for my points, where I'm very specific with dates. And it doesn't mean that I'm necessarily starting a brand new group on that day. It's just to kind of create a sense of urgency, because I feel like a lot of people won't prioritize. And, you can't take it personal. They're just not thinking about you. Like, they're just not thinking about, hey, I'm going to go and sign up for that challenge group. Like, it's totally our job to go and seek them out, and to always remain relevant, so that when they do think about joining, they will remember us. So make sure that you have some kind of contact information. You can put, like on my Instagram, I just put link in bio. I put various ways as to how they can contact me. I like to make it very simple, because people are lazy. People won't go to your bio. So I'll sometimes even write 2 ways of them to contact me. I'll say, request me on Facebook at Denise Seda Martino, or, drop me an email, and I'll put my email address. And then sometimes I even say link in bio, because if they go to my bio, they can just click on the link, and it'll be my Facebook link. So, however you decide to do that, that's up to you, but make sure that you have that. And again, the how many spots, that's just creating a sense of urgency. You can say, I got 2 more spots left for my last group of the month. And then again, just kind of a deadline, contact me. I've done that at the end of the month. The next 2 people that contact me will receive a free gift. That's kind of, if I'm hustling, I definitely like to do that, because it creates a sense of urgency. This is just another sample post wording, some of the things that we talked about in terms of snippets of your life. This is Melanie Mitchell. She's one of the top coaches in the network. But you see here how she talks about not feeling confident. She was disgusted. Very powerful words. Living paycheck to paycheck. So you got to really get descriptive, because the more descriptive you are, people will definitely connect. Even if they don't connect with all aspects of the things that you've gone through, maybe someone will see, oh, living paycheck to paycheck. Oh man, that's me. Or feeling disgusted and not confident. So like definitely those are really powerful words. Make sure that you're using those types of words to grab people's attention. I don't know if you also notice that some of the words here are capped. I like doing that as well. It's just another way of bringing attention, making sure that your posts are spaced out and not just one giant paragraph, because I will be honest, that loses me. Like if the words are too, maybe it's because of my eyesight, but if the words are too jumbled together, I don't want to read the post. So think about what attracts you to specific posts. Sometimes emojis, like I like to see posts with little emojis. Like to me, it breaks it up, it makes it fun. So I always create mines with little things. And again, just kind of using some caps and some of the, with some of the words and the spacing, very important. So here's just another one, inviting and follow-up. I know that you guys hear this a lot about following up, but oh my goodness, I can't even say enough how that's important. However you need to do it, and I don't know if you guys can see me, but I have a group. I have a notebook, and what I do is at the beginning of the month, I'll designate one page, and it's called May Prospects, and I write notes. I want to know exactly where am I forming this person, at what point am I at, and their name, of course, and dates. So it's really, really important because it's so easy to lose track of people. So important to follow up. I typically follow up with a person 3 to 4 times. If by the 3rd, 4th time, they're really not responding to me, then I just kind of let them go for a while. And then I might just go to their pictures and comment and say hi or whatever. But I don't continue with the same people. I work as if I'm not forming anybody. So I'm constantly adding people to my network because I don't sit too much on certain people. You just can't. But the more people that you talk to, of course, you're filling up that pipeline. And you probably have heard us talk about that pipeline. This business activity tracker, I understand that a lot of us resist this, but if you have some other way of keeping track, but for new coaches, I really strongly encourage that you use this. You'll be spinning your wheels if you don't. And this is just a great way to just kind of, it's really to organize your business. It's to, if you think about it at a new job, you have documents and files and maybe certain things that you have to keep track of. You got to treat Beachbody like you would any job, a professional job. If you're going to treat this like a professional job, you have to do some of these things that maybe you don't want to. So keeping track is incredibly important. I know that for myself, when I'm experiencing like high levels of stress, I am so forgetful. Like I really am. Like I've lost people because I didn't write down their names, or I forgot like where I was at with them. So it's so important so that you can go back and follow up. And this is just one of the easiest ways to just Monday through Friday, you print one out for every week. You keep track. There goes your follow-up list. Everything is right here in front of you guys. Like, don't resist this. Like it's seriously, if you're not tracking your business, it's going to bite you in the butt. Trust me. And these are just, again, some personal development books. This is for fairly new coaches, but if you guys have not read these books, I really encourage you that you do. GoPro, Compound Effect, really, really important. I have not actually read Rock Your Network Marketing Business, but it looks really interesting. The Slight Edge I have, the first 3 I definitely have. If you have not read GoPro before you move on to anything else, GoPro should really, like especially the 3 here at the right, those should really be your first books. Like seriously, guys, again, like the reason why these are set up in a certain order, it's because it's opening you up to the field of network marketing. So that's what GoPro is going to do for you, and the compound effect. It's just going to open up your mind so that you are better prepared to actually take in other personal development books, right? So I really wouldn't skip any of these. Seriously, like they're set up in this order for a reason. And I really love this acronym here, FEAR. Fear has two meanings: forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. So, I leave you with this. I mean, the first year of your business, are you going to face everything that comes your way? Are you going to push through? Because guess what? You're going to have a lot of challenges in this business. You are going to have a lot of things that will get in your way. I want you to expect it if it hasn't already. But are you going to be the type of person, a type of coach that you're going to go all in and push through the first year? Because a lot of us are here. We are on calls. We listen to Team Eagle calls. We're tapped into the chats. But are we actually moving our businesses forward? Because what tends to happen is that if you're stagnant in your business, and this is I really hope this doesn't happen, but there's 16 of you on this call right now. From my experience, at least 4 or 5 of you will drop out. That's just the statistics. I don't want you to be that statistic. I really don't. But I will share that from my experience, the ones that have dropped out are like exactly what I highlighted at the beginning. And those are the ones that, are stagnant. They're not using some of the tools that are being provided to them. They feel stuck, so they give up. They're not maybe earning the income immediately, so they feel like this business doesn't work. But you have to trust that you have to give this business 150% for at least 12 months. If you say, I gave this business 150% for a whole year, and I utilized the tools that were being given to me, I was religiously following the vital behaviors. If you can honestly say that after a year and your business has not moved forward, then we got to talk. Then we got to talk. And there's something else going on, right? Because your business should be moving forward if you are engaging in all of that. And if you can honestly tell yourself, because you're the only one that can be honest with yourself. You know where you're at in your business, right? Because I can very easily tell myself, man, I didn't do enough of A, B, and C last month. So I didn't hit the numbers that I wanted to hit last month. I know why. I accept responsibility. I don't blame upline. I don't blame downline. I don't blame sideline. Because all of us have the same exact tools. It's all about implementation. Making a decision to implement the tools that you're being given. We all have the same tools. We all have the same amount of hours during the day. We really do. Some of us are working outside the home full time. Some of us are working inside the home full time. It doesn't mean that some of us are busier than others. We're all busy. We all have a lot of responsibilities, but we're all here because we believe in this business. So make a decision moving forward that you're going to give this 150%. There's just no other way. It doesn't even matter where you fall within, the beginning slide with the business, the discount coach, which I know you wouldn't be on this call if you were a discount coach, first of all, right? Whether it's a hobby or business builder, I honestly think that the majority of you here are between hobby and business builder, because you wouldn't be on this call. So being that you decided to build a business, go all in. Go all in. And also understand that your success is also the team's success, because every single person here impacts the other. We really do. We really, really do. So with that being said, that's the conclusion of my call. If anybody, I would love to open it up. I just wanted to touch up on a few things because I know that we're being given a lot of information in the past few weeks with calls and stuff like that. And I just felt like I wanted to kind of give a little summary and just make sure that that we're all kind of on the same page moving forward. So next quarter, like, everybody should have some specific goals set, very specific. So what I mean by specific, how many coaches are you going to be recruiting per week? or per month? How many people? Like, be very specific. I have to report very specific numbers to my mentor, which is Kim Carver. Like, he asks me specific stuff. How many of my coaches hit Success Club? How many coaches did I bring in for the month? How many were challengers? And I have a specific number set. Do I reach it every month? No. Do I fight really hard to reach it? Yes, I do. I work really hard to reach the numbers. And guess what? I set higher numbers for myself. They're scary numbers, to be honest. But I set them high because you have to set them high. Because what happens if you set them low, you settle, right? So if you tell yourself, I'm just going to do the bare minimum and bring in, 3 people a month, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to bring 3 people in a month. If you tell yourself, I'm going to bring in 5 people a month, then you're going to get close, or even you might even hit it. That's just how it is. Like, that's just the reality of how our mindset works, right? And there's one more thing I wanted to share, like in terms also of, this is for myself, and I know I shared this in the chat. I was kind of looking back to see why is it that I'm always signing people up at the end of the month? Like, my people don't tend to sign up in the beginning. And now I understand why, because I tend to get a little lax at the beginning of the month. You know how it is? You're like, oh my God, whew, I made Success Club. I can sleep for the next 5 days. I mean, not that I sleep, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's definitely has happened to me. So just the other day, I was in a chat with I know a lot of you guys, and I'm like, why is it that I feel like that's applying to almost a lot of us here, that we're hitting it at the end of the month? So we got to reverse that. And I'm glad that all of you are on this call, because we have to bust our butts in the beginning of the month. And we have to aim to hit it by mid-month, because anything after that will be a beautiful thing. Anything after that will just add to the pipeline, right? Do you guys know the pipeline analogy? I'll just pretend this is a pipeline. So let's just pretend this is the beginning of the month, right? So we just started in May. So all of the people that we were talking to over here, blah, 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 we were talking to all those people. They're just kind of trickling down this pipeline, because you know that a lot of people don't sign up right away. They're watching you to see if this is real. So they start, moving down the pipeline. But what happens if you stop right here talking to people and you decide to take a break? You decide to take a step back. So that's it. There's nobody being fed. Yes, some of those people might be trickling down, but then somewhere along the line, there's no more people trickling down. And then you start to struggle. And then you're like, what happened? I was talking to 10 people, but what happened? Right? So just remember that pipeline. So what does that mean? That we have to constantly be feeding it. It has to be a constant thing. I made a goal for myself that I want to sign up 2 coaches a week. That's my goal. 2 coaches a week. I also want to be having at least 25 new conversations with brand new people, at least every few days. I'm even going to maybe push it to a little bit more than that, because I feel like that's a low number. Right? Because out of those 25 conversations, only, I want to say, I'm just going to throw out a number. Maybe 5 of those people sign up with you. The other 20 are going to go in La La Land. They'll be watching and they'll come back. Maybe not. So I just wanted to share that analogy, because this is the time to hustle. It's at the beginning. And then, not to say that you're going to stop, you're going to keep going, but at least, won't it feel good if you hit Success Club in the middle of the month? Because anything after that, it's just you farming and talking to people. And then guess what? You're going to hit it again at the beginning of next month, and so on and so forth. So we have to kind of reverse that, because I'm noticing it's a trend almost with all of us as a team. I'm noticing that, because I'm always checking, right? So I don't know if that's just a reflection of me, or maybe I don't know how we got into that flow, but I want us to try and change that. Because I don't want us to be stressed. And Angie knows the stress, and Tanya knows the stress that I went through hustling at 11:30 at night on the 30th. That's not a cool feeling. And I'm guilty of it. Right? Okay, so that's all I have for you guys tonight. Do you guys have any questions? We're good. You're looking all bright and stuff and awake. That's awesome. Y'all had coffee? All right. So if nobody has questions, I see some stuff in the chats. Okay. Do's and don'ts of posting on social media. It's hard for me to read this chat. Can you just raise your hand if you have a question? No? You guys are good? Clarissa? You have to unmute yourself. Let me unmute you. Go ahead. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, go.
Sorry, I kept muting myself by mistake. No, it wasn't a question. I just there was a point where you were talking about documents in the back office. So I found again, because I had seen it when I first became a coach, but that there's a do's and don'ts of posting on social media. So that's what I was speaking to. Yeah. And it was actually pretty good. And it said, I was surprised that it said some stuff that I've seen other coaches do, like the stuff about the spots, like, oh, I have 5 spots left. I don't know how you feel about that. I've actually never seen you use that, but I don't love that myself. I don't know. But that's just my personal opinion. I've never done it, but
yeah. I tend to do it towards the end of the month when I'm hustling, but there it goes again, hustling at the end of the month.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to find, I will share this with you, and I'm glad that you brought this up, Clarissa, that you're going to find a lot of coaches do different things. And just because it's working for one coach doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you. So my whole thing is I would rather just do kind of a trial and error thing, and don't be afraid to do trial and error, because you're going to post something and it's going to get a bunch of likes and a whole lot of attention. Then you're going to post something else and you get 0. But you're not going to know unless you try it, because you have to start to understand your audience. So I know that there are some coaches that have that type of audience. Like that particular post works for some of my fellow coaches. And they will say, I have 5 spots left, and they will get crazy responses. And I have had good luck with those posts as well. I've had people say, oh my God, do you have a spot left? Yeah, because it's exclusive, and I'm only taking a certain amount of people, and they feel it. And so I've definitely have gotten really good responses from those. Yeah. So just try it. And then if you don't like it, then don't do it again.
I do have another question, Denise, actually. I posted this on the Warriors page, on the Warriors chat. It's about the Challenge Tracker app. I did like a little voice recording, which I know, sometimes we don't.
Oh, uh-oh. Oh, Clarissa, she froze. All right. Sorry about that. Maybe she'll come back on. The Challenger Tracker app, is anyone else using it? Damaris, you started using it, right?
I did.
You didn't?
I have one challenger. I sent out 3 invites and only one challenger went in there. I think it's really good for it's like almost a mini Facebook. It's like you have your groups, you can make as many groups as you want. What I kind of wish it had, one of the challengers, the one that's using it, she said, it would be nice if they gave you the option to put your food, so almost like the food list from 21 Day Fix or whatever your program is, but then you just click, send. But
yeah.
She's like, I was kind of hoping it would do that, because all it has is the option is for workout and shake. It doesn't have the option for your food, or at least, something in there regarding the food. Because it's just like, I still got to take the picture. I still got to list down what my portion was. And I'm like, that's fine. I mean, that it helps you with the workout and the shake, but the food aspect would have been nice.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll make something in the future. I don't know how that would even work. Like, she almost wanted like the combination of the app combined with the tracker.
Right,
app.
right.
21 Day Fix,
Yeah.
I said, well, they have so many programs. They can't just generic put it to 21 Day Fix.
Yeah.
But maybe when down the road they can work on that because then everything's in one place.
Right.
And she doesn't have to go to 2 different apps.
Yeah, I mean, I know the company's really good about putting out new stuff, and then they'll kind of tweak.
Who knows?
They'll tweak it as it goes along,
Yeah,
because they'll
as they
start
go.
asking to see, like, who's using it, and get
Yeah.
feedback. They're good about feedback. They're always sending emails and stuff. So
Yeah.
look out.
I think they actually did a video with Carl, and he was just like, he really wants people to use it, so he's trying to incent people. What's the word? Give incentives.
Yes.
I did have a question, because you've gone over it with me, but I'm just a social media illiterate person. I'm still learning. So I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what to post, and I know you've mentioned like different things. I saw your thing about the fitness and the health, and the everything. But my struggle sometimes is posting not so much that, it's more of the generic stuff. Like I'll pick my son, but then I'm like, okay, I want to pick something else. So I know what I'm kind of doing. I like what you said, pick 3 to 5 things about yourself but you had mentioned once going to Pinterest,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I go on Pinterest, and I was trying to copy what the person had there, and it wasn't working. So I don't know if something happened or if I'm doing something wrong, but like, how do you take it, Pinterest and the other social media tools? I don't need to Google, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've exhausted Google. All the images I'm like,
Yeah,
this is the image I used before.
Yeah.
So like, I'm just trying to come up with those. Like for me, I wanted to do like healthy lunches and something, and then I was like, I wanted to get a really quick recipe. Maybe not even that. I forgot what I was looking for, and it took forever for me to find out what to
Yeah,
put, and then I just gave up.
Yeah, I mean, I think on Pinterest, I don't know that you could copy and paste the text from your phone.
Okay.
I use it more for the images.
Oh,
And then what
okay.
I'll do is I'll go to Google or even Twitter, and then if I find an image for cauliflower mashed potatoes, I'll just really quick go to because Twitter does allow you to cut and paste. Or if it's
that's a good idea.
screenshot, yeah.
I like that, because my
screenshot
problem
too.
is not really even
crop.
family, because I'll put a lot about my family, and I don't mind sharing about the fitness. It's sometimes fine to filler post, the one that you do at 3 o'clock, so that you can stay in people's feed.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing I have trouble is I take too long to post something, and then I'm like, oh, forget this.
That's why I love Twitter, because I get ideas from Twitter. Like if something's
I don't have Twitter. I put it on there, but I don't have Twitter. Yeah. Okay. Pinterest is weird with that stuff. Oh.
But I actually noticed today when I was on Pinterest that you can actually share it to your Facebook into your challenge group.
Oh yeah, you can do that. You can share.
And then what happens is the person can click on it and get the recipe or get whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, you just have to hit the little thing that looks like a little plane.
Okay.
And then hit Facebook, and then it's going to open up your Facebook, and then it's going to tell you where you want to put it on your timeline or in your group, and then you click on group and then click what
that's
group
cool.
you want to put it on.
I didn't know it did that. Okay.
I just noticed that today.
I mean, but my only thoughts with that is that there's a lot of Beachbody coaches on Pinterest, and it might link your person to another coach if you do it that way. I mean, that's why what I do.
Images have people's logos and stuff on it.
I know, I crop it out.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Do. Because you got to be careful too. That's a good point. It has other people's links.
Yeah, their logos or their website or whatever.
They're coaches. There's a lot of. Pinterest is huge for Beachbody coaches. I mean, if you guys want to start, looking to see how to put your stuff out there on Pinterest, it's huge. Yeah, I have a really good Pinterest page. I just don't use it, because I'm good with Instagram, but I think I want to venture off and work Pinterest more.
I'm still struggling with trying to find my niche. So I'm like, okay,
yeah,
I'm okay at videos, but I still don't. I think I do well videos. I just don't really like doing them too much. And then I have, I'm like, okay, finding my niche is where I express myself. Does that make sense?
Right.
Like how I'm going to express am I going to use, music as a tool, or how I connect with people? Because I feel like I'm still finding who I am a year later. Through all this.
Yeah.
And because I've been busy, I haven't really focused on it, but finding myself. And then I'm like, okay, so how do I use that to connect with people?
Right.
Because I know some of my interests, but I still feel like, how do I use my interest to connect with that person? I guess I just post about, because I really love Broadway and music and different things. So I started doing a little bit of that, and I kind of got away from it because I wasn't sure if it was really effective or not.
I think that's perfect. I would say, hey, has anybody seen any new Broadway shows? I'm interested, I'm thinking of going to one. Has anybody seen one lately?
Right.
I bet you would get a whole lot of traffic. People love questions.
That's true. I love shows. So I haven't been to one in a while, and I want to go to one. That's a good post. I like that.
Yeah, I mean,
like, hey, I'm looking to see what show to go to.
Yeah,
Any
absolutely.
suggestions? Okay.
And that's what I do is when I'm kind of interested in something, I find a picture of it. And then I just kind of post about it. And then that's such a perfect way to find people that you have things in common with.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
So perfect. Like
on Instagram, it actually worked out really well because I did the whole hashtag Broadway. And through that, I got a lot of interest and likes on my music ones.
Yeah. The ARR training, guys, again, if you're not following it, please watch the videos. But he actually...
I'll watch week 2. I watched week 1. I'll do week 2.
Yeah, he actually is talking about, like, he talks about that.
Yeah.
About finding those quality people through hashtags and posting things about you that you like. And that's a really good way of finding people to join your team.
Yeah.
Because then you start to form relationships with those people.
Okay.
And it's quality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah. So write down your interests, and I love Pinterest and Twitter, and all I pretty much do is just get ideas from them. Because trust me, there's times that
you don't really post to Pinterest or Twitter. You're just using it for ideas.
And I take the pictures because you got to, like I said, you just got to be careful that the Pinterest page is not linked to another coach.
Got it. That's a good point, because when you told me I need to go on Pinterest and Twitter, I was like, oh no, I'm on social media. I don't know. I can't even go to Instagram.
I don't want you to go to Pinterest.
Okay.
You need to master Instagram and Facebook first.
Yeah. I'm so tired of Facebook, I gotta be honest. I want to go to Instagram. I'm done. I want to do Instagram now.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going anywhere. I have like almost 1,000 friends, and it's like I get 2 likes. I need to move on.
Yeah, but that's because of the affinity of the posts. Remember I shared that? Yeah.
Yeah.
The more likes you get on a post, the more it shows in the feed.
Yeah, that's all.
There's been a lot of changes with Facebook and Instagram now. You definitely.
Yeah.
Like, if you guys find anything, if you're Googling something, share it with us, because there's been lots of changes going on. And so it's not that your posts are not good. It's just that they're not reaching people like you think.
Right.
They're just not. So that's why it's important to, get your stuff on the feed. Do you notice that when you're on Facebook and you go and like someone's picture that you haven't maybe connected with in some time, their stuff starts to show up on your feed?
Yeah.
So that's why it's important to go back to those, old friends of yours. And even if you just comment on one of their pictures, it'll bring them back to you.
And I was just telling someone, I think it was Clarissa, telling her, the moment you friended someone and they accept your friendship, go on their page right away and just like a few things, and then say, oh, that's awesome, baby's so beautiful, whatever.
Yeah.
Just to get in their feed.
Well, and I always send them a thank you. Thank you for the friendship.
Yeah, I do that too.
So.
Or should I say I started doing that?
Yeah. And the ARs, the scripts, go to the file section. There's a whole script from this AOR training. He gives you specific wording. It's really good. I'm using it and I'm seeing changes. I'm seeing differences in terms of my interactions with new people.
I feel like I'm using a combination. I don't know if other people experience this, but like I use a little bit of Saudi's older script, and then I use a little bit of Cruz's, and then I try and kind of like mesh it together, depending on how the conversation is going.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. That seems to work okay, Yeah. I started doing that last month, and I got a lady to sign up. So I said maybe, because I used to just use Saudi's, and I feel like it was just like maybe too old school. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So does anyone have any other questions or anything they wanted to add? Okay. Sorry that we lost Clarissa.
I know.
All right. Well, all right, everybody. So I appreciate everybody being on. And, if there's any questions about the AR training or whatever, just post it on the team page. A lot of us are going to Summit, right?
Yes.
Yay, I'm excited. We're going to have a huge team. It's going to be crazy. We definitely have to work on those summit t-shirts. I got to get it together. Yeah.
T-shirts.
Okay. Yes, we need them. All right, guys. I know Clarissa sorry, Clarissa, we're about to, what was it that you wanted to say about? Oh, she's like, forget it. I think maybe Damaris talked about it, the Challenger Tracker app.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, have a good night, and thank you for
Good
being
night.
on.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.